Hello neighbors! I'm going to make my favorite chocolate chip cookies for you today. Sadly, you can't eat them, but hopefully you can make some at home. But your job is to watch what I do and then write down instructions for how to make these cookies. So I'm going to go very slow and you can pause the video at any time to write down the instructions. So number one, the very first thing that we do when we make cookies is we wash our hands. And I just barely washed my hands, so they're all clean. The next thing we do is we need to set our oven. And the temperature we needed to set it at was 375. So that's 375 degrees. Now, we needed to soften our butter. So I've got butter, nice and soft, 1 cup of butter, and I'm gonna start adding my sugar. So I've got 1 cup and 1/2 cup of sugar, and I'm just gonna mix it all together with the butter. Mix, 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 mix. You can do this in a mixer, or you can just do it with a fork. Whatever your mom would let you do, that works. After you mix the butter with the sugar really well, the next step is adding the rest of your liquid ingredients. So that is your egg and your vanilla. So let's add, I've got an egg that I cracked into a separate bowl that I'm gonna add right here. And then we're gonna add some vanilla. And we need to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. There's 1 teaspoon, it goes in. All right, so now I'm gonna keep mixing. You want it to mix really well. Mix, mix, mix. Sometimes this takes a minute to mix. When it looks like this, it's all ready. We now need to add the dry ingredients. So that's our flour, our baking soda, our salt, and our oatmeal. So for this recipe, we need 1 cup plus 1/2 cup of flour. I'm gonna just put my scoop in here for 1 cup. And then I'm gonna do 1/2 cup. And we plop it in the bowl. And now we add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. This helps our cookies rise so that they're not flat as pancakes. And then the last thing I need to do is I need to add just a little dash of salt. Now I'm gonna mix it again, but not too much. Once the flour is in, you don't wanna mix it too much. Oh dear, I might have needed a bigger bowl for this cookie recipe. That's okay. Whatever mess you make, you can always clean up. Just make sure you clean it up. Okay. All right, so it's almost all mixed. See that? It's almost all mixed, but it's not quite all mixed. Now I need to add 2 cups of oatmeal. I like oatmeal in my cookies. You might not like oatmeal in your cookies, but that's okay. I'm using 1/2 cup to scoop this oatmeal, so I know that I need to have 4 1/2 cups of oatmeal, and that will make 2 full cups. All right. Now I mix in the oatmeal. And when the oatmeal is almost all mixed in, it's time to add the chocolate chips, my favorite part. And I had some extra M&Ms here left over from Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna add those in too. So chocolate chips and M&Ms go in last. And you just mix it all together. Whoa, going a little crazy. All right, and when it's about all mixed, you're going to get a spoon. You're gonna get a spoonful of dough, make it into a little ball, and plop it on the cookie sheet. Then you just fill up your cookie sheet with little dough balls, put it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes, and you have cookies.